Hi, everyone, and welcome to We Live in Color with your host, Deaunte Damper, right here on Converge Media. Now, before we begin, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Converge. We have so many shows and so much to give, right? Come check us out. But I'm glad that you checked us out today. Now, our guest, she needs no introduction to me or we, because she's been a part of so many community organizing events. But it's time to get to know the woman, the legend, Vee Moree. How are you?
I'm good, hon. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you on today.
Oh, for sure.
Community people have seen you in so many different elements.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about the LGBTQ community, the L comes first.
Period.
And I think that you're a big reason of that. In our community.
I try to. Absolutely.
No, but you do.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And it's like so much of your story is a lot of community folks' story, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, you're not from the 206, but you are of the 206.
Yes, I am.
And tell us about Chicago.
That's where I'm from originally.
Okay.
I grew up in the rough parts of Chicago, and so growing up with a single, Black mother and being the oldest of my siblings, it was always us in survival mode, trying to survive. And when you come from, the crack pandemic that destroyed my family, that is a big deal. Like my family trying to come back up from that and trying to survive that and fighting off gangs and everything. My mama just wanted us to get up out of there. And so I have a lot of different gang family members and all that do that. So she just wanted us to get up out of there. So we moved down to the South, and I grew up there differently, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and my teenage years, and went to college down there. Just didn't really have any goals of anything, because I'm the first in my family to have a college degree type thing.
Wow,
so
what school did you go to?
I went to Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee. Lord have mercy.
Tennessee?
Cleveland.
I didn't know that there was a Cleveland, Tennessee.
A lot of people tell me that, and it's okay because it's a dry county. So it's right between Knoxville and Chattanooga, and it was a private Christian school. So I went to a private Christian school, and got my degree in theater arts. So I kind of had a little pass because I was gay as hell, but it was more of like, it's a private Christian, so it wasn't just a Christian school, it was private.
Discovery before you went to school, or how did that
I
happen?
was actually, discovery of me coming out as queer, I think came right before, like right around I was 16. So I had thoughts about it, but I fought with it so much because of where I come from and because of what I've known and been taught and just the upbringing that I had. It was always a struggle. And then going to a private Christian school, I put myself back in the closet because I thought, well, if this is not of my religion,
Why did you put yourself back in the closet?
I covered up. So I dated men as beards, or I just stayed single, or I just thought I needed to be delivered from it. That was a thing that was always pushed so much when it came to me struggling with this. And so I would always struggle with it and fight it off. And so instead of trying to discover what that was, I was in college, so I didn't know what I was doing. So I had so many experiences. And then when I got into theater, I had a little bit more of a leeway because everybody got some kind of queerness in the theater department.
Oh, so is that true?
It's a very true statement. So it kind of was like, it was there, we all knew, and it was just kind of like, you know how you don't talk about the choir director in church?
Okay.
It was just kind of like, oh, we know they gay. We just don't, we let them make money off of us and do theater. And we basically sold tickets for the school.
Okay.
So.
And going through that area of acceptance, right? Was your family receptive? I mean, you grew up in church.
Yeah, grew
up in church, and then you chose to go to a Christian school,
Yes.
right? And we have so many conversations, and we had this on our second episode where Pastor Jamel, where we talked about praying the gay away, right? Was that a struggle for you, or was it a struggle for your family?
I never really spoke about it with my family very much until I kind of knew that I was, if that makes sense. I mean, I told my mother before she had passed, and I told my father, but I think the way that they both responded was welcoming, actually. My mother and my father was. But they passed. And so
when did they pass?
my mom passed when I was 16 and my father passed when I was 20. And so it happened right after I told them that I was queer. It happened the next. So it kind of drew me back to trying to speak to my family about it, because I'm thinking this is killing them, because if this is such a bad thing, you know, I really fought that. But I didn't start speaking to them about it until I was confident in knowing that I was.
And that's amazing, you know, especially before, because it kind of probably gave you the strength that you needed.
Yeah, it did. It did, and it helped me realize it. And I struggle with loving God in between all that, but I've been working on a redirection with knowing who that person is, whether it be she, him, or they. There's something that's covering me when I wake up in the morning. So that's what I try to do.
And it's good to be covered.
Amen.
And, you know, I want to talk a little bit more about that too. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Vee's journey to Seattle.
Oh, period.
And becoming the Vee that we know. You're watching We Live in Color.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Looking for laughs? Looking for love? Fast Talking Figaro has got you covered. Toe-tapping melodies, lively staging, and colorful costumes. Don't miss The Barber of Seville, May 4th through 19th at McCall Hall. Tickets at seattleopera.org.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
And we're back with We Live in Color. I am here with Vee Moree. And we're getting more of Vee Moree, right? And Vee, as we were just talking about during the break, leaving Cleveland, Tennessee, which I'll be Googling after here.
Okay, period.
And then coming here. How did you end up coming to the 206?
Oh, wow. I was getting ready to graduate college, and I had an opportunity to just hop in a U-Haul and move with a white lesbian couple, and they just was like,
well, what's their names? Let's lift them up. No.
They don't matter. Okay. I mean, God bless them, whatever. But I just was I had roommates, and they were moving, and I really didn't know where to go, really, because nobody in my family did anything after that. So I jumped in a U-Haul with them, and we drove from Tennessee to Federal Way, Washington. And so I moved there first, and then just jumped into work because of my degree. Like, you're not really guaranteed a job after you get up out of school with theater, because everybody want to be famous, especially now. So it's like a lot of the times when you're doing like real theater art auditions and submitting and everything can be hard. So I had to learn a lot of different trades. So I became a chef. I did security. I babysat, I hustled and did what I needed to do to survive while still auditioning and turning in plays and doing stuff like that.
Well, one of the things that you said, because that's how a lot of community got to know you.
Oh, yeah,
was
period.
from the security work that you were doing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I've done a lot of different versions of security. I've done personal security. I've done security for clubs, private events, and a lot of the community events that I got to do was our place. So I think everybody who knows there was a spot, and every Sunday it was Homo Hop. So it was like it was a night for Black queers to come out, and like I had noticed living here that there wasn't a lot of Black spaces, and so our place on Sunday nights was a space for Black folks to come. And I met so many different Black folks, and I would be on the third floor with all of them dancing. I would get in trouble because security wasn't supposed to dance, but I would dance. And then if something happened, I had them in the head like anybody knew I didn't play that. So our place was like my jump into Seattle, because I was working downtown, not at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was learning how to be a chef and do all those different things. But I literally didn't find my niche of why I was here until I met the Black folks from our place.
And I remember community embracing you.
Community, definitely. It was a great time.
Even if we got kicked out?
Even if you got kicked out, it was, and see, because I've always been the nice one. Like anybody who know me, if I'm doing any kind of security, I just don't do that because I don't have time to, I don't want to argue with my Black folks. Mm-hmm. So if I'm talking to a Black person and they in their mind and they not in their right mind, and I'm saying, look, fam, they already want us to be ignorant. Yeah. So don't let me be ignorant either. So how about you come back to I've always been the nice security guard.
And nice you were. And our place has been a staple in community.
Absolutely.
Then the pandemic happened, right?
Yes. And that took
and tore everyone out, right? How did that affect you? How did that affect you during the pandemic?
It messed me up a lot just because I was safe at our place. I actually was able to get into my drag family, House of Dior Black, which I love. They doing their thing. Amora Dior Black is our house mother. I would do security for her and different RuPaul drag girls. So when the pandemic happened and we shut down that night, I had just got put into the family. So I was still new, I had been out here 4 or 5 years, but I had been in Seattle for only 2 or 3. So I didn't know anybody really or anything like that. And so I kind of got taken in by House of Dior Black, and it affected me because I didn't know if I still had that family. Mm-hmm. And so when our place shut down, a lot of things didn't go like it was supposed to go when it came to being taken care of, the employees that work for that place. A lot of stuff wasn't established and created for us to be okay during the pandemic.
So it's like your family was broken.
That's what it felt like. And so I had to kind of go back out in the world and become an essential worker. So I started doing security on the streets, and I started doing patrolling and working at Target. And when it was, people was coming into the stores with underwear on and all kinds of things we couldn't apprehend, and we couldn't touch nobody. People just robbing. I'm watching money that I'm trying to, it was hard.
But you still were able to navigate people.
I was able to navigate safety wise. It was mainly us just trying to keep a lot of the crime out and keep the people safe.
But that's also what you have been doing. What
yes.
you've been doing. So
it was a challenge for me in a different way.
Yeah. And then navigating people coming out of the pandemic is where I think that community really just started to see you glow.
I'm thankful for that. I like the word. It switched because I just got into the family, and my drag sister, Scarlett Dior Black, shout out to my sis, she was able to get me on the stages after the pandemic. And so I was able to perform. I started doing drag myself, which I have a degree in theater, but like I said, I've always tried to hustle and make sure I had a couple of jobs going, because I didn't know when I was going to get an audition or get booked for anything. So I started to tap into drag more and doing a different version of it, because what I saw was drag kings and queens, which is great. But I wanted to do a female song, and then maybe for my second number do a male song. So I was able to create I wanted to do non-binary drag. you know, so I'm gonna do Missy Elliott, but I'm also gonna do Chris Brown sometimes.
And you've done that so well. I know I just seen you at the Black Drag Show.
Yes, that was wonderful. Federal Way High School, that was great. Coach cutting up all that.
And it was so wonderful. I think that, what was it like being a part of the Black Show?
This is my 3rd year doing a Black Drag Show, and I do want to say shout out to Coach Giggs. This man has done great things for this community. I think doing it the 3rd time, I developed so much with Cutting Up, his dance group. Like, these children and they've grown up and they're so creative and talented that I was so inspired with them every year that I literally worked on my craft throughout the year, even if I wasn't performing with them. So if I would have a show at a different club, I would take the training and the rehearsals and work that I learned from these kids and Coach to do that. So when he asked me to come back the 3rd time, he said, you know, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do Missy. I want to do an icon. And this is who, and we worked it, and I was willing to do it. So I think it was honestly a dream come true. I get a little choked up, but yeah.
But dreams come true.
Yes.
And I think that, like, you've been pouring into people, and people like Coach, and some people in this community have been able to pour back. And
Yes.
that is so important.
Yes, absolutely.
And it takes us, and that pouring takes us on our journeys, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I know that you have an announcement to make.
Yes,
about your
I
journey.
do,
And
yes.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll do We Live in Color tribute and a special message from Vee. You're watching We Live in Color.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Looking for laughs? Looking for love? Fast Talking Figaro has got you covered. Toe-tapping melodies, lively staging, and colorful costumes. Don't miss The Barber of Seville, May 4th through 19th at McCall Hall. Tickets at seattleopera.org.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
And we're back where We Live in Color. Sorry, I'm saying it slow like that because you just let me know some information.
That's some information.
You're leaving us.
I am. It's time to move on. I'm gonna move on to this journey. So, yeah, I'm going back to Chicago, and I'm doing it because I want to create generational wealth. I want to create healing for Black folks, and I think a lot of the healing starts from your family. So I'm stepping into that, and I just want to pursue my dreams. I want theater to come out. I want to do my stand-up. I want to do it in more safer spaces, and just be more surrounded by a little bit more black folks. So that's the plan. So.
And you're ready to go back.
I'm ready.
You're leaving next week.
I'm leaving in 7 days. Yeah, getting on up out of here, and we're gonna do a drive back. So it's gonna be a whole little reminisce, full circle type thing, and then I'm there.
I'll give you a minute to take it in, and you know, what a journey to be going, starting from home, traveling around, getting to know more of who Vee is, right? Living in color, as we say, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, as we do here, for our We Live in Color tribute, who has helped you live in color?
A lot of different people, and they all know who they are, but the one person that I do pinpoint is Coach Giggs. I definitely say that because I've always loved this man. He's been my heart and my soul, not in no like whatever. This man is very inspirational. The things that he has done for this community and how much he has put into this community and how he inspired me, and we've worked together, and he's given me a lot more confidence and helped me believe in who I am as a performer, as an artist, as a human being. And I've learned so much from him just because of how I've seen him in this community. And I'm very thankful. I don't think I'd probably be sitting here without the help that he has brought. So I give it up to Coach. That's my boo.
But that was beautiful.
Period.
That was beautiful. Give him his flowers, Coach.
Yes,
we love you.
We love you, Coach. For sure.
Beautiful.
So happy for him. So yeah, that's my guy.
Well, with this journey, we love you.
I love you.
And I know that some people might not be able to say goodbye, right?
Yeah.
But can you look in the camera and give Seattle a message? Tell us.
Seattle, the only message that I have is that we show up for real for our Black and brown folk. We show up for the people that have paved the way for us to do the things that we're doing today. Honestly, the rates of the support we had during the pandemic has dropped so low because it seems like it's been a facade. Let's stop being fascist and facade-y about this and do the right thing for our Black and brown people. We need them. We need to take care of our community. That's what we need to do. And also, we need to take care of this next generation. So, free Palestine. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
And you did it without cussing.
I did not say one curse word. I did good. So, but yeah, just.
Well, Vee, we have came a long way.
We have. We definitely have, for sure. And I know I'm probably taking up time, but I just want to say thank you for seeing us. And thank you for being here and doing this because you are making a difference. Y'all are making a difference here. And I'm so humbled and honored to be here and be able to talk about it because y'all have inspired me so much as well. So you're also one of those people.
You know I love you.
I love you too. Very, very much.
Well, before we start crying.
Okay.
Happy?
Okay.
Proud of my friend Vee for coming in here today. And I thank you for joining us. Make sure you join us next week where we'll continue to live in color and highlight us. You've been watching We Live in Color. Hey everybody, Deaunte Damper. To learn more about our blog posts, community events, and more, go to whereweconverge.com.